We continue our journey towards the Sea of Japan's coast through Miyazu in the Tango Peninsula, where celebration of spring is in full swing. The purpose of this Shinto ceremony is to purify the houses as well as call for plentiful harvests. The master of the house to whom the wishes are destined is on his doorstep. He congratulates the troop that goes from house to house. The procession can last for several days depending on the number of houses being honored. Amanohashidate is an exceptional place where the sea has created spectacular lagoons. More than 8,000 pine trees stand on this narrow strip of land that stretches over 3.5 kilometers. Some of the trees belong to the rarest species of Japan. The city is divided into two parts, located at the extremities of the sandbar, each with its own temple. On the northern side, you have the Temple of Wisdom. This bay has become famous for the crabs and other seafood that one savors at the end of winter. Let us not forget that fish is used to make sashimi. To the south of the sandbar, a Shinto temple attracts numerous pilgrims. As elsewhere in Japan, thanks to donations, the buildings are regularly rebuilt every 20 to 30 years. This temple was built with cedar wood that amazingly withstood the violent earthquake that occurred in 1928. The Japanese truly enjoy this kind of place that's wonderfully taken care of. The chairlift will carry visitors up to the hill to enjoy the spectacular panorama of the bays and lagoons that spread beyond Wakasa. By following this indented coast, we arrive on the Tango Peninsula, where the village of Ine is remarkably well preserved in its green setting. Surrounded by thick forests, this fisherman's town with houses on stilts, the Funayas, is famous for its exceptional tuna and famous crabs from the Sea of Japan. Most boats are equipped with lanterns to fish at night. The inhabitants of this little paradise begin to welcome visitors in their funayas transformed into guest houses. They, however, remain vigilant in preserving their peacefulness of where they live. Our journey goes westwards. The coast becomes intensely sculpted by the sea and its dreadful cyclonic storms. For now, calmness surrounds the rice fields, where people work peacefully. People believe here that cultivating rice in Japan goes back 2,500 years. Rice still covers 40% of the cultivated land, yet its consumption is clearly decreasing due to the invasion of more and more westernized foods. Upon reaching the magnificent beach of Kotobikihama, we meet Mr. Uno, the director of the Nakasuna Museum. He is impatient to reveal the secrets of this place. This melodious sound comes from sand grains rubbing against each other. They're of silica and crystal. Further west, Kinosaki Onsen draws us even more into traditional Japan. This village is famous throughout the entire archipelago for its impressive number of onsen, the warm water springs whose benefits are so plentiful. It has become a greatly appreciated thermal center. With the Maruyama River flowing into the Sea of Japan, this place is of great symbolic strength. These onsen owe their reputation to the poets and artists from the beginning of the last century. Upon leaving the train station, the mood is immediately set. Getas or wooden sandals are made available. Guests go from one bath to the next. They come to relax their feet after a long walk in this public and open-air bath. Every morning at 6:30 a.m., a strange ballet begins in the center of Kinosaki. As soon as they wake up, visitors put on their yukata, the kimono worn at home, and head for the various onsen to have the privilege to be the first to bathe. This passion touches just about every age group. The must is to visit several baths in the same day. To be among the first does allow the visitor to enjoy the baths quietly. That is, if you can stand water that may reach 45 or 50 degrees Celsius and flow directly from the mountain. After this first series of baths, women enjoy getting together around a fountain of burning hot water to cook a boiled egg. Among these numerous culinary specialities of the region, the okonomiyaki outdo them all. These popular and easy-to-eat flat cakes are prepared in front of clients around giant burners. They are made with rice, toppled with many layers of vegetables, some egg or seafood, according to taste. Browning them gold and crispy on both sides adds to the final touch. On the other side of the bay, Miyajima Island is a mandatory destination when leaving Hiroshima. The alluvia associated to a regular current make for the happiness of oyster farmers, as they are a speciality of the area. Leaving the oyster parks, one sees a torii, a floating symbol of the Itsukushima sanctuary. This is one of the only temples in Japan that stands in water, as the tides ebb and flow. Founded in the 6th century, its structure can be explained by the fact that people were not allowed to set their feet on the sacred island, and they had to accede to the torii by a boat. It is devoted to the personalities of Shinto mythology. Using side roads, we reach a path that meanders between images of Buddha and leads to the Daisho Inn, the main residence of monks belonging to the Omuro branch of Shintoism. The main pagoda has a beautiful wooden porch with beams chiseled in the shape of a dragon. The entire sanctuary of the island was run from here in matters regarding the rituals. Around each pavilion, very pretty gardens spread. Water is always present along the statues of monks.